So you don't want to play football for the Houston Texans ever again, but yet you only want to go to a certain place. So you don't really want to play football this season? What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we're going to talk some football. Houston Texans football. Yes, we're here to talk about the trade deadlines coming past, and Deshaun Watson is still a Houston Texan. Deshaun Watson, as we all know, has demanded a trade. It's been like this since since January of this season, and yet here we are in November, and Deshaun Watson is still a Houston Texan. Um, it's kind of a weird spot because Deshaun Watson actually put not only the Texans but put himself in a weird situation because Deshaun Watson has demanded a trade from the Houston Texans, but yet in the same token has made it very difficult to trade him. Like not only with the cases, but not settling, not wanting to sign an NDA or wanting to sign an NDA, or not wanting to settle, not only with the cases, and then also with the whole thing of he only wants to go to one destination. The end result is that the trade deadline of the 2021 season was November 2nd, 2021. And here we are, November 3rd, 2021, and Deshaun Watson still a Houston Texan. That's what that result all ends up to because of him not wanting to do certain things. And my thing is like this. Do you really want to get traded? Like, seriously, do you want to get traded? You don't want to get traded as bad as you want to get traded, obviously, because you're not doing the necessary things to get traded. Now, the report says, that the Texans did grant the owner of Miami Dolphins issues to talk to Deshaun Watson, but it was late. Really too late to get a deal done. And there's been conflicting reports that Deshaun refused to settle because he wants to take it to court and prove his innocence. And I get to understand that. Or when he tried to settle, because now Rusty Harden's saying, oh, Deshaun Watson's trying to settle, but we not settling. So it's like one saying that Deshaun Watson didn't want to settle, and now Rusty Harden saying that the accusers want Deshaun Watson to settle, but Deshaun didn't want to settle. And then it's the Rusty Harden, not Rusty Harden, Tony Bugsby, the lawyer for the accusers, for the plaintiffs, saying that he did want to settle, but they don't want to settle. This report that Deshaun doesn't want to sign an NDA, and he wants people to talk about everything. He wants everything, the money, the situation. He wants everything out in the open, and that the accusers don't want nothing out in the open. But then it's reports that they don't want to sign NDAs, and Deshaun does want to sign NDA. So it's like conflicting reports all the way circling. Then you go back to the whole football situation that Deshaun Watson only wants to play in Miami. That Deshaun Watson only wants to play in Miami. He doesn't want to go nowhere else because he has a no trade clause, and he wants to nix every trade. The report earlier this season that he refused to trade to the Eagles. Now I'm putting it to you like this. This is simple and plain. Now I feel because of the situation that Deshaun has put himself in with the whole thing, like now I'm not here to talk about guilt or innocence. I'm not here to talk about that. That's not what I'm here to discuss. But I will put this out there. I feel that Deshaun is incredibly stupid for allowing himself to be put in that situation. I've been saying this since the beginning. If you are innocent, if you have not done nothing, you should never put yourself in this type of situation. If you get out there massaging with these just random women, you need to have somebody in there as a witness or need to be recorded because you got to understand that you are worth $160 million. And when people look at you, they see dollar signs. They see a bag for them to go get. So you need to protect yourself at all times. If you're worth, I don't care if you're worth $2, but if you're worth $160 million, you need to protect yourself at all times. So because you did not do that, and the result of that, I believe you're incredibly stupid. Now, if Deshaun Watson only wants to go to Miami and only wants to play with the Miami Dolphins, he's more stupid than I thought. Because he not only is he a judgment stupid, he's football stupid. Because the Dolphins are not the best option for him to go. from a football standpoint. Now, maybe if you're talking about Miami's weather, it's in Florida, it's a tax-free state like the state of Texas. But you talk about it's Miami, it's Florida, it's beaches, it's the nightlife, all that other stuff. If you talk about all that, I understand that. But then again, are you here to party? Or I thought you was here to win championships, bro. I thought you want to be legendary. I thought that's what you've been saying for the past 2 years, that you be legendary. So if you want to be legendary, it shouldn't be about the nightlife or the atmosphere. It should be about a winning situation. Last time I checked, Miami was 1-7, just like the Houston Texans, who don't even have a quarter. They're out there starting Davis Mills, and they 1-7. Miami's the same, and to be honest, I ain't saying that Miami has been looking as bad as Houston, because of course, outside of under Tyrod Taylor, they look like a whole different team. But outside the Patriots game with Davis Mills, they've been atrocious. I don't care that they made the score look nice against the Rams. They was down 38-0 going into the fourth quarter. So stop that. They couldn't complete a pass past 5 yards until then when they start putting backups in. So stop that. I don't want to hear that mess. So they're the same record as us. But not even that. Just looking from the situation that the teams is in. Like, I did a video a couple weeks ago, if not a couple months ago, I think it was just a couple weeks ago, about trade destinations and trade packages. I threw in, I had Denver in there, I had the Giants in there, I had the Dolphins in there. And I didn't do one to Carolina. No, Carolina came up late as well as a trade partner. If you add Carolina to the mix, the Miami Dolphins is not the best situation from a football standpoint. Contrary to certain people's beliefs, and you know who I'm talking about, Trio, that Miami is not even close to the best option. The Eagles, a team that he decided not to go to. The Eagles are a better situation. Let me explain. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think I have Miami as the 5th best option. This is the reason why. I think from a football standpoint, the best option for him to go to, from a team standpoint, the best team would be the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos have the best team as far as receivers, offensive line, linebackers, defense, and things like that. The Denver Broncos have a better football situation. Now the Denver Broncos are in a tougher division. They're in the same division as the Chiefs. I know they're struggling, but you still got to see Pat Mahomes twice a year. They got the Chargers. You got the Raiders, who right now are the number 2 seed in the AFC right now. So it'll be a tougher division, but it's a better team. The second best situation will be the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers have a better team than the Dolphins. They have more talent, and they're in a weaker division. You trying to tell me you scared of? I know they got Tom Brady. Tom Brady's 44 years old. He ain't about to play forever. Matt Ryan is Matt Ryan, and the Saints have Jameis Winston. Even though I know he's just out now, they got Trevor Siemian. So the Carolina Panthers are in a better situation than Miami. And I'm explaining why in a minute, but they're in a better situation. They will be the number 2 option from a football standpoint. It'll be Denver 1, Carolina 2, because they're a better team than they're a better team than Miami, and they're in a weaker division because the only team you got to worry about as of right now is Tampa, and there's still a 40-some-odd-year quarterback. The next situation is the New York Giants. The New York Giants is 3rd. Again, a team with better talent around them. You talk about Sterling Shepard. You talk about Kenny Holiday. You talk about Elvin Ingram. They have a better defense. They are in the best situation. Then you want to talk about being legendary. The Giants were on prime time against the Chiefs for no other reason that they were the Giants, because they're a national brand. There's no reason why. The Giants are not a good football team. And the NFL is actually lucky that Kansas City struggled, because there was no reason why that game should have been on Monday night if Kansas City would have been playing the way they've been playing for the last 3 years. Because if they were playing the way they've been playing for the last 3 years, they would have blew the door off of the Giants. And if I look, the Giants have another Monday night football game later on this year. Again, because they're a national brand, you're going to get that pub. It's in New York. It's the media capital. It's a national brand, and once again, in a weaker division. Only team you really have to worry about is Dak and the Dallas Cowboys. And imagine Deshaun Watson versus Dak twice a year. 2 black quarterbacks, one representing the America's franchise. Then you, Deshaun Watson, going to the media capital world, New York City. Come on, they will eat that up. You guaranteed that multiple primetime games. But I know for a fact that Dallas and Giants game, probably both of them be primetime. To be honest with you, they probably make one a Sunday night game, probably make one the Thanksgiving game here, or Christmas Eve game over this year here, season open over here. Like that is be picture perfect. Now, those are the 2-3. The fourth is the Philadelphia Eagles, one of the teams that reportedly he declined to trade to. The reason why is not really about the team itself. The reason why it's in a better situation than the Miami Dolphins, one, division, like I just said, because it's the same thing. Like the same thing goes for the Giants, it goes for the Eagles. They're both in the same division. The only guy really worried about that. The Eagles have drafted some talent. They drafted a regular couple years ago. They just drafted Jalen Smith, Devontae Smith this past year. The Eagles have put themselves in a situation that they have 3 first-round picks. They have their first-round pick this year. They have the Dolphins' first-round pick, and they also have the Colts' first-round pick. The Colts only have 2 wins right now. Miami only has 1. And the Eagles, they have 3. So the Eagles, their own pick is going to be the lowest of those picks. They potentially could have 3 top 15 picks this season right here. They're in a situation that if the asking price is 3 1s and 2 2s, they can give up. They can have 1-2 options. Give up all their draft capital this year, the 3 1s and 2 2s. I don't know if they have a second 2, so they might have to give up a future 2 as well. But they can give up 3 1s and give up 2 2s, and they only have to bite the bullet for this coming up draft, and that means the 2023 and going beyond. They don't have to worry about any more compensation for Deshaun Watson. It's over. It's a wrap. They got Deshaun. They build around. Or they could give 2 of their first-round picks this year, a first-round pick next year, and still have a first-round pick this year to draft somebody. So they still have they can do, like I said, either get rid of all their draft capital, well, not all their draft capital obviously, but give up they premium picks this year and just be done with the whole situation. You know, like if you buying a plane ticket and you could pay over time, or you just pay a big bulk now and just get it over with. They just boom, I'm just pay a big bulk now and get over with. I ain't got to worry about it no more. Or I can pay for my cruise trip throughout the couple of months and spread it out. They can do it like that and still have money on the back end, still have a draft pick on the back end to help contribute to their team, help replenish their team. Because everybody else will have to, especially a team like Denver and Carolina who don't have multiple draft picks in one draft, they will have to spread it out for the next 3 years. They'll be paying Denver and Carolina will be paying the piper as far as paying the Texans for Deshaun Watson up into 2024. Miami, because they have 1 pick this year but have 2 picks next year, they'll be done next year. The Giants, they have their pick and they have the Chicago Bears pick. So they have a future pick. They could pay for the next 2 years. The Eagles are the only team that either could pay all 1 year, or even if they pay next year too, they still have money to keep. They still have a draft pick this draft. Not to mention they did just draft some two new receivers, so it's not like they are just deployed talent. Like it's nobody out there. They do have some weapons out there, and they can use. They pick these draft defensive player wherever they feel they need is. And like I said, the division. Now the Miami Dolphins. Now we sit up here and talk about how talented the Miami Dolphins is because they won 10 games a year ago. The more this season goes on, especially Tua's been playing decent for the past couple weeks, I'm looking and saying that maybe that 10 wins last year with Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tua, because I'm pretty sure that's the apple of Deshaun's eye. Oh, they won 10 games with Tua and Fitzpatrick. What they can do with me? I think that was a fluke. The more I watch the Miami Dolphins, I think that was a facade. I think that was an aberration. That was the ceiling of all ceilings. That was the high ceiling. That 10 wins, because it's not just that they lost 7 games already. They don't look like a 10-win team. And you can sit up here and say, "Oh, we know Tua missed some time." I don't care. They don't look like a 10-win team. We know they got receivers like Devontae Parker, but Will Fuller, same issue that we had here in Houston, he's having out there in Miami, not playing. They drafted Waddle. Okay, is Waddle a known commodity? I mean, it's kind of the same thing like Jalen, I keep saying Jalen Smith, like Devontae Smith. He's a rookie. We really don't know exactly what he's going to be. I mean, we know what Devontae Parker is. We see what Gesicki is. Their offensive line's atrocious. The offensive line's worse than the Texans' offensive line. So we talked about how Deshaun Watson was the most hit quarterback under his tenure as a Texan. What do you think he's going to be doing in Miami? Because they traded away Larry Tunsil and have yet to fix their offensive line. Their defense is not looking good. Yeah, last year Xavier Rhodes led the league in picks. You can't pencil in turnovers. You can't piggyback and just, we got turnovers last year, we're going to get turnovers this year. So we don't know for a fact that they're going to get those same turnovers. The cornerback that they drafted from Auburn in the first round, because of the Larry Tunsil trade, one of the picks they got from the Larry Tunsil pick, I think they moved back and was able to acquire picks. And that's how they drafted the quarterback from the corner from Auburn, who I said the Texans should try to get just to add some talent, especially now since we cut Hargraves. He's a healthy scratch. He don't even play. Yeah, I know they got Byron Jones, and their defense looked good last year. Not so much this year. At least the Carolina Panthers will piggyback off of. Like I said, they got DJ Moore. They got Roby Anderson, who is a knockoff Will Fuller as far as speed. While he's not as fast as Will Fuller, but he's more healthier than Will Fuller. He's a fast receiver. He's not as fast as Will Fuller, but he's a more healthier Will Fuller. They have a better offensive line than the Miami Dolphins. Like I said, they're in the better as far as a weaker division than the weaker division. And they went out there and got cornerback help too. I mean, they just drafted J.C. Horn. Then they traded and got C.J. Henderson from Jacksonville. And then went out there and got Stephon Gilmore. They're in a better situation defensively as well. Got Chris McCaffrey and Trooper Hubbard. Chris McCaffrey's supposed to be coming back this week. And Trooper Hubbard's played well in Chris McCaffrey's absence. Better situation. While Miami Dolphins, if you go Miami, it's kind of murky a little bit from a roster standpoint. Then you got to deal with Buffalo twice a year. Not to mention, you got to deal with Bill Belichick. I know Tom Brady ain't there. I know they got Matt Jones. I'm never counting out Tom Brady. I mean, not Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. I'm never counting out Bill Belichick. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit up here and say, you can never count out Bill Belichick. As long as Bill Belichick is in New England, I ain't saying they about to go on a run and win the AFC East. Of course not. That's Buffalo's division. But I'm not going to sit up there and say they're just going to be completely trash. They're going to compete. At the very least, they're going to be in the thick of things and going to make things tough. So, like I said, I think the best division, of course, will be the AFC West. So, that, like I say, Denver is in the tougher division, but they have the better team. Carolina, not the best team, but they're in the easier division, a slightly easier division, and they have talent, especially on the defensive side. The Giants have talent on the offensive side as far as weapons, and in a weaker division, in its prime time, it's New York. It's the Mecca. The Eagles, they could pay all up front and don't have to worry about no bills later. Or they could spend it out some, but still have money and change left over to do something this year as far as draft capital. Miami? Really? The only thing Miami really has to offer outside of the sunshine in Miami is the 10 wins that they had last year. And it seems like to me that that's what Deshaun Watson's holding on to. The 10 wins that they got last year, and that Will Fuller's over there. That could be because Miami is the only team with a black head coach and a black general manager. But the thing is, I wouldn't hold my hat on that, because what if Miami doesn't win football games no more? And say they end up with 3 wins, and they gave up their draft capital. The only pick they have is the 49ers pick of this season, so they can't even benefit. So what about if they give the Eagles the second pick of the draft? I wouldn't be surprised if Flores wasn't there no more. Then you basing all this off of they got a black head coach, they got a black general manager. What if they get fired? Then you right back at square one. Not to mention, ain't that still a Patriot over here? Didn't Flores come from New England? Like didn't Flores come from the Patriots? I don't know what the general manager is. I don't know if he got Patriot roots or not. I think he kind of does. Cause I think they say that him and Nick Casario have some type of business and working relationship. So I think he might be a Patriot, either came through the Patriots or worked with the Patriots, whatever, or just it still come from that same Patriot Bill Belichick tree. Ooh, that was horrible. But I say all that to say this: really, what is Miami's really offering? What is they really offering? The 10 wins they got last year? Or is it the sunshine, not California, but the sunshine of being in Miami? is it being in Miami is the vice city, it's the nightlight. If that's the case, bro, check your shit. You need to check your shit at the door. Like a square business. Like this is real talk, square business. I thought you want to be legendary. I thought you want to be, I thought you want to be legendary. That's what you've been saying this whole time. Let's be great. Why not me? Big players do big things. Why not me? Let's be legendary. Why not me? If that's the case, why are you paying? I get it. I get the whole Texas situation. I'm not even sitting there trying to talk about that. I understand that. I understand that dumpster fire, that head man, the head candidate, that headache. I understand what's going on right there. And I understand why you don't want to be there. But why are you passing up Denver, Carolina, New York, the Eagles? But Miami is the place you want to go. And then, even with that, you not want to do what maybe can get you closer to that, like settling case. Again, I don't want to get into all that because, like I said, you get conflicting reports about wanting to settle, not wanting to settle. Want to sign an NDA, not want to sign an NDA. So we're not getting into that. So we're going to keep it back on football standpoints. These other 4 teams are better situations or are better equipped than that team right there. Because the only thing that this team has to offer is, like I say, is sunshine and nightlife. These other teams are in better position. I ain't saying that, maybe Denver. I ain't saying none of these teams going to win. You're going to go up there and you're going to be an instant contender. Maybe Denver. And it also depends on what Denver packages up, though. But if Denver just packages up draft capital, you're going to be paying the piper for a while, but they have a better made team. Like, subscribe if you haven't, comment below if you haven't, click that bell, get more videos. I'll holla.